All right, gentlemen of the media, 2013 AA State Champions, Bridgeport High School. Head coach Dave Marshall, players Mickey Glenn, Hannah Fatty, and Tori Coulter. Dave, a few comments about the game and then before the questions.
Oh boy, where do you begin? This has not been about one game. Last year I got emotional on here. I really don't want to do that. The girls think I'm turning into some sort of 85-year-old woman because I'm but this is about a lot more than one game. It's about a lot more than one season. This is about a group of young ladies, some of them sitting up here, some of them in the locker room, some of them graduated last year. It's completely, undoubtedly bought into a system that hasn't always been right, but it has always been about work ethic and caring about those to your right and left more than yourself, which, as we all know, is an extremely rare characteristic in today's world. And in the process, I think that I can say this because of most of their involvements in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes with us. I think it demonstrates their faith on how they play on the court. And I hope that showed out more than anything through the course of this week and in the course of last year too, and how they handled them in that situation. As far as the game itself goes, man, what a basketball team. I mean, Lester, it's incredible, and you guys know better than I do. Most of you have seen her play more than I have, and she's just an incredible player. I mean, we got 3 people responsible for her just about every time, and she's still getting touches and she's still getting finishes. We know that, but nonetheless, the job that Hannah Fetty did on her and did all tournament, and kudos to you guys because you got down. She probably didn't score 10 points in this tournament, but she's definitely a conference. I can't even say anything right now because I'm sorry, but she's definitely an all-tournament player for what she did. She's playing a 5'8" post, and she's played in this tournament. She's played 3 6-foot plussers, and I think it's pretty obvious that Lester is a first-team All-Stater, and probably some of those others she played too. I think the Schaefer girl will be also. So hats off to her. And what can you say about Mickey Glenn? It hasn't already been said, but I'll say it anyhow. If she ain't the best player in the state of West Virginia, I don't care anymore. other than she deserves it because she plays the game the way and maybe this is my personality, it's the way I believe it's supposed to be played. But it's not just about how she plays the game. The humility you've seen here, guys, talking to her all week long is not something weird. This is who she is. Somebody is getting a big reward next year on the recruiting market, and I think she's going to wait a while. That's up to her, but she's going to wait a while on that. But somebody's going to, and she's also going to have a fan now that's not going to yell at her every time she does something wrong.
Dave, when you started this program, I don't know, how many years ago was it?
This is my 18th year, Jeff.
18 years ago, you had always preached to me and told me, you preached to the team that your foundation of any team was going to be defense because that was the one thing that you could control regardless of the shooters you had, the athletic ability you had. You held a team tonight that was putting up some big numbers, some really low numbers. How pleased were you with the whole package of defense?
Honestly, I don't believe it. You show me, give me a stat sheet, I don't believe it. I watched that team play. Last night, I'm having trouble sleeping, and I'm like, what are you going to do? And this team is a perfect example of that, Jeff. You don't have to be able to run fast. You don't have to be able to jump high. You don't have to be able to score 40 points a game, although it's nice. You don't have to be able to do all that to play defense. It's a matter of desire and want to, and a little bit of intelligence. And this team right here proved that. I mean, they're the poster children for that.
Mickey, can you talk about when you checked out of the game and you jumped in your coach's arms? What were you feeling then?
It's definitely one of the more exciting moments in my life. Like, he deserves this more than anybody else. He's worked so hard. He's been like a father to any of these girls, and he's taken girls who were immature as freshmen and turned them into young women as seniors. So I'm glad I could get him a state championship.
I'll get you your check after a while.
Hannah, 7 points all tournament and yet all tournament. And we were talking about it. We don't know the last time somebody was named, if ever, solely on the quality of their defense through the course of a tournament. Can you talk a little bit about today and the process?
Well, I knew I wasn't by myself. I knew there'd always be help, and it's not just me on someone, it's the whole team on everyone. And I think that the way we play, fronting the post and pushing her back, and you know that somebody's going to be there to help you if you lose your man or anything, so it's just a group effort.
but you were on her like glue. I mean, they helped, but I haven't seen anybody play like defense like that in a long time in the post. You were brilliant. I mean, what was going through your head? I mean, she's a good player. I've never seen her shut down like that. Just what were you thinking? What were what's in your head?
Well, I was just thinking I need to stop her from scoring and just try not to foul because I've been in foul trouble quite often the past few days. And my goal was to play straight up defense and
Hannah is listed at 5'8". That's maybe stretching it. Her heart's about 6'4". And I think you've seen that this tournament.
Tori, you were playing a lot of backside help on that too. Can you talk a little bit about what that was like?
Like Hannah said, she knows that we have her back and that we're going to help her. And I just had to be in the right position to help her out if she got the ball and just stop her from scoring, try to help.
Mickey, how much time a day, practice-wise, do you guys spend foul shooting?
We shoot foul shots towards the end of practice, and we shoot a couple of them, and then other than that, we just shoot them just like before practice or after practice.
How many did you shoot? I mean, would you estimate you shot like per day in the summer or something?
In the summer?
Yeah, or off season.
Probably around 20 to 30 a day.
Missed another one today, Mick.
Well, Coach, you said after the sectional game against Grafton, you told me when all else is going bad, we're still going to guard and make our free throws and hope it carries us. And, I mean, not that all else went bad today, but each team had 10 field goals in the game.
All else would have went bad had we not done that.
Well, I mean, it's you shoot free throws better than any boys team I've seen. I mean, you shoot better than most college teams. I mean, how have you gotten them to be so successful in cashing in?
I think I'm blessed with working with. I mean, we really try to study it and try to teach it, but they've got to put in the time. She's talking about the most recent practices. That's how we finish up. But in the preseason, we'll take 2 or 3 free throw shooting sessions. But it's like anything else in any sport. If you're only going to start working on it November 5th, you're not going to be very good at it. And so a lot of that is what they've done in the off season. But it's something we drill. We have different shooting drills that I've stolen from different colleges that we feel like helps us. But it comes down to them having the mentality and stepping up there and doing it. They know what to do.
Coach,